Today I want to show you how to use the industry button on MarketSurge to dig deeper into the industry, obviously, and find the top stocks, etc. very quickly. Let's go through that, and then we'll do some technical analysis, maybe a little fundamental analysis too, on the top 10 stocks or so in the building, residential, commercial industry. Hey everybody, my name's Joe. I have been a MarketSurge member since the late 90s when it was called Daily Graphs. I'm also a full-time professional trader, and I do have a Patreon, which I'm going to tell you about at the end of this video. In the meantime, none of this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment and education. There is a dearth, that means a lack of good tutorials on MarketSurge, in my opinion, out there on the interwebs. So doing my best to show you guys what I've learned over the years. Now, here we go. So you have probably heard that the housing market stocks are heating up. They are front running the anticipated rate cuts, hopefully the first of which is going to be on September 17th. So let's say you typed in Toll Brothers here, T-O-L. You see a nice cup here. Little bit of a handle, broke out and failed today. And so we want to see how the industry as a whole is looking. First thing, which you probably know, if you click on this will show you, if you click on the button, this will show you how the industry prices are tracking as a whole. And wouldn't you know it, it looks exactly like Toll Brothers. Interesting. But I want to dig deeper now and talk to you about this panel over here. Incidentally, here's a free little bonus tip. When a stock is trending nicely and breaks the 200-day and the 200-day is declining, see that black line? It almost always will check back. See how this broke above the 200-day and then came back and got support, pushed again, came back, got support again. That is very characteristic of an early turn like that. So either you want to wait for that pullback to occur, or you want to wait until that 200-day starts turning up. Now, let's back to our regular programming. We click on the industry group, and first of all, we can look at the overview. Building, residential, commercial has a relative strength rating of 68. Its group rank is 64 out of the 197 groups, so almost in the top quartile. Market value, number of stocks only 23, so it's pretty easy to manage. Only one stock making new highs today. And we can see the relative strength has actually fallen off a bit here. And the ranking, a year ago, it was at 41. Then it sagged all the way down to 195, and it's been improving ever since. 195, 182, 153, 78, today to 64. So we like that trend. Relative strength here, a month ago it was at 23. A week ago now it's at 61. I think it's just come back a little bit, right? And that's causing the weakness in the relative strength. Now, I've shown you in other videos, if you go stocks and group, there's all of the stocks in the group, and if you pick show all component data, it'll put them down in the drop down menu down here, and then you can click through them, you can sort them, etc. Oh, and here, by the way, it'll break it into, right here, sector, it'll break the building sector. It shows you all of the different subgroups, heavy construction being the strongest here at 2 out of 197, building wood products being the worst. So at this point, after I was done looking at these, I probably would jump to building heavy construction. What I want to show you here, this is an easy way, particularly if you don't have a lot of time. This will let you just quickly analyze the top stocks in the industry. That's why it's called top stocks. So this little list shows you the top relative strength plus earnings per share stocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the stocks that are closest to making a high. And there again are 5. So what we could do now is click through these like so, and we'd have to use our backspace button. Wow, that didn't work. That took me to a completely different page. That took me to stockcharts.com. Don't do that. You would have to click on them and then go back, like click on CHCI here, and then when you're done looking at it, you'd have to click on the industry again, click on MRP, then click on the industry again. Pretty inefficient. So what I do is I've got my snip tool down here, and if you don't have the snip tool, you should download it. It's free. Put it on the menu bar down here, and what I'm going to do is just snip these so I can look at the symbols. I'm going to put them on my right screen here, looking at the right screen. That's why I'm not making eye contact. Or you could go old school, just write them down on a piece of paper. Let's look at these stocks. First, the ones with the highest relative strength and EPS. We have got CHCI, Comstock Holding, single family homes, making money. Good to see. Nice looking numbers. Here's earnings and sales numbers. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Gross margin falling off a little bit. As far as the technicals, actually, let's not get to the technicals yet. Management owns a lot. That's almost too much. I mean, you want management to own, to have some stake in the game, but when they own, say, over 15% or so, they probably are going to liquidate some shares one of these days and will take a hit. There's a real sweet spot, and I don't know what it is, honestly. Maybe 10 to 15% of management ownership. You don't really want above that because they're prone to liquidating to buy their yachts. You don't really want below that because then they don't have much stake in the game, so to speak. Monthly, stage 4, and still kind of in stage 1 basing. But we do see some volatility contraction, right? Let's go back to that monthly. Boy, I'm going to have to move faster. So we got 10 stocks to get through. Large, medium, small, smaller. So that all looks good. We could argue it's making the turn to stage 2 uptrend. Technically, the line would be way up there, but sure looks like it's trying to, doesn't it? Let's go back to the daily. Here is a really nice cup with handle, right? Actually, maybe it's not exactly nice because look at that wild action there. But in any case, we got our cup, we got our handle. Look how tight that traded. Here's our buy point. Perfect. Actually, interesting. It broke out the day before earnings, and we probably wouldn't have wanted to buy before earnings, but we certainly could have bought it right there on the post earnings move. This is overbought now. We need to wait for it to come back down at least to this 21-day line right there. Okay, next, good one for the watch list. Not ready to buy yet, in my opinion, just my opinion, but good one for the watch list. MRP, Millrose Property CIA. Boy, I sure like that trend channel. Look at that. Looks pretty easy, doesn't it? Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. It's really not that easy. Huge earnings numbers, making money. New IPO, that's always good. Institutions like the newer IPOs. Not much stake in the game. Reverse trend in the mutual funds. We want that number to be accelerating. Good sales predicted. Capital solution for home builders. Having to do with home financing. I don't know much about any of these stocks, honestly. But if we find one we like, then of course I'll dig into it. This looks like a stock I wish I owned, but extended, right? There's kind of our last buy point. And really, this is a bit of a bucking bronco. I'd want to be buying bounces off the 50-day right there, right there. Didn't even come down to the 50-day. We need some sort of a pullback. What else we got? TMHC, Taylor Morris Home. I'm making a cup here. A lot of supply here still looking left. Bounced off hard. I want the right price, not the best price, not the lowest price, as Minervini says. I probably want to get above most of that supply, maybe up here at like 73. In fact, let's set an alert for 73. Boom, done. Tepid earnings and sales, but the market seemed to react positively to that. Single family homes. There's that base on the weekly. Ugly guidance. Powerful mover. Big old IPO base pulled back and retested, making the new base. Just not ready for prime time yet. HOV. Wow, how am I supposed to say that? Hovnanian. Single detached homes, townhomes, condos, making lots of money, but it's kind of going the wrong way. $32 a share in 2024. Wow. Let's look at the monthly. 2024. They did make a nice run there. Monthly looks pretty ugly, honestly. Stuck in stage 1. Maybe we want this to get above 200 here, right? Relative strength 86, a little laggy. None of these seem to have good earnings guidance, sales guidance yet. Yeah, just a lot of supply looking left. I'd be patient. Wait a few weeks. Earnings coming out tomorrow? Wait a few weeks, maybe even a month or two. Let's let that set up, something like that. Now, if pretend earnings wasn't here, I mean, another thing you could have done, if you got in way down here, breakout, pullback, you buy it here, and you sell right here at this little thrust because you know it's going to check back. All right, PHM is the last one in that category. Relative strength EPS. This looks pretty good. Earnings are out. Popped up, came back, retested the 21-day. Making a little area to trade off of. Making lots of money. Numbers look terrible. Numbers are improving though. Let's look. It's got a little dividend. That's nice. Huge base. Longer the base, the further into space. Broke out from 50 to 150. Very nice. This almost looks like it needs to make a double bottom because this is such a V shape here. So, yeah, this is another one where I'm probably going to wait patiently for it to get way up here. Maybe 140. Several weeks out. Maybe these things get there when that Fed meeting takes place September 17th. So set my alert there. Yeah, it's kind of between buying times, right? We either needed to buy it, like buy this breakout here or here, or now. Now I think we wait. We got a lot of potential supply that could come onto market here. And when money rotates back into the leaders, Palantir, etc., it might come out of these home builders. So that was the 5 stocks with strongest relative strength and earnings growth. Let's look now at the ones that are closest to new highs. MRP actually made new highs. And this is the same stock, isn't it? Great stock to own, but I'm not buying it here. Almost looks like it's... See how it is... what do we call that? Some kind of wedge. Let me think. It's not a broadening wedge. I guess let's just call it a narrowing wedge. When it does this, it's prone to break to the downside. Probably need to move to the 50-day. That would get me real interested. So MRP, CHCI, we already looked at that. TMHC. These are all the same. Look, let me show you. MRP was right there. CHCI was number 1. TMHC was right there. PHM right there. SKHSY. That's That's a mouthful. SKHSY. Wow, super thin. No thanks. Average daily volume of 63,000. You know, I've played thin stocks like this so many times, 100 times, 500 times. I almost always lose money because they're so gappy and so volatile. Even if the overall uptrend is up, I can never, suddenly you're 20% underwater and you get stopped out. I can never play these. This is a Japanese builder of single family homes. Yeah, has an uptrend. So we didn't see anything too compelling. I do like, well, I explained to you exactly what I liked about the stocks, so let's not beat a dead horse. But mainly I wanted to show you how to use this industry tool more. Clicking on it, going through the tabs on the right side, and then of course, like I said, stocks and group, show up component data, and it'll show you all the stocks down here. One thing I'll leave you with, and I've shown you this before, if you have this bottom tab open too much, you can't see that button. That button meaning the component data button. So you got to bring this down till you can see it. And then I've got a different video on this, but you can sort the industry and so forth. One last thing, I do have a Patreon where I show my current portfolio and focus list every weekend. I do multiple check-ins over the course of the week. My patrons and I do some chatting on a daily basis. There's a 7-day free trial. If you're interested, there's a link in the description of the video and the first comment in the comment section. Let me know any thoughts or comments that you have, questions regarding MarketSurge Industries. I don't know, some other time we'll look at the industry group right here, but let's do that in a different video. Take care, everybody.